In the latest season of The Traitors, we have two sisters, or should I say, had two sisters. We have ARMANI and Maia, or should I say, had ARMANI and Maia. ARMANI is a traitor, Maia is a faithful. I already discussed before that they're going to be playing their own games, and if it comes down to it, they would vote for each other, or they would murder each other, vice versa. Now, Maia had actually been suspecting that ARMANI was a traitor from the very first day. She noticed that something was off, but she kind of kept that to herself, you know, sibling loyalty and that. But when she was actually asked outright, she did say, yes, I do have suspicions about my sister. And at the round table, when she was asked directly, she said, yes, she is 60% sure that ARMANI is a traitor. This obviously puts her in a very compromising position, because if ARMANI survived the round table, she might just take her sister out. But again, that would probably make ARMANI look suspicious, but maybe less suspicious. I don't know. It could have worked in her favor, or it could have gone against. But even her admitting this compromised her, because even though ARMANI didn't say, well, I think you're a traitor, because other people had brought up the theory that one of them has to be a traitor, because why else would producers put two sisters in this show? She was like, oh, well, I'm not the traitor, so that means she's probably the traitor. She throws it back to her. And because of that, Maia, who is a faithful, received one vote. So even just admitting that compromised her. But I feel like she knew she had to just tell the truth, because if she was like, I'm not sure, or tried to downplay it, she would look suspicious. So even though it is a bit of an advantage to have an inbuilt ally on the show being your sibling, it can also compromise you and put you at risk, which is why if I was to go in with my sibling, I wouldn't want to disclose that they were my sibling. Because the theory that with two sisters, one of them has to be a traitor makes absolute sense, and they weren't wrong. It's very predictable, and I would have come up with that day one. But game aside, sibling loyalty. Should Maia have thrown ARMANI under the bus like that? Should she have just downplayed it and been like, you know what, I do have some suspicions, but not enough to concretely say that she's a traitor. I'm more suspicious of, state another name. It's a very difficult position to be in. And, you know, she got very emotional about the situation. And even when ARMANI got banished and she said that she was a traitor, she said she felt a bit conflicted about whether she should be celebrating or not. But now that ARMANI is out the game, she has nobody to protect her, because I feel like ARMANI would have only murdered Maia if it was absolutely necessary. I do feel like she came into this game intending to have her sister's back. Maia is up to be murdered. And if I was a traitor, I would consider murdering Maia just to create more drama. So I feel like having a sibling in the game and everybody knowing it seems like a bit of a double-edged sword. But I gotta hear from you guys. Do you feel like Maia just did what she needed to do? It's the game, no hard feelings. Or do you feel like she sold her sister down the river a little bit? Because I feel like when Maia was like, yes, I think she's a traitor, I'm 60% sure, that sealed ARMANI's fate. Because if I'm hearing that your own sister thinks that you're a traitor, I'm voting for you. Personally, if I was in that situation, I wouldn't take it to heart, because like I said, it's a game. But if you were in that situation, would you be a bit salty at your sibling throwing you under the bus? I gotta hear from you guys. And do you feel like it's a betrayal, or is it just a game? Let me know what you think.